What's going on, guys? I wanted to show you something. This is just a little bit of a deep dive on a couple of different stores I've found. So if you guys have seen one of my recent videos, and if you're in the private community, you would have seen a bit more of a deep dive on how to actually set something like this up. But what I've been looking at is AI prints and some of the things that people are actually doing with these. So if you saw my video, I was kind of showing you how you can start selling some of these AI prints yourself. And I'm actively uploading a few listings a day to my own store, and I'm going to be scaling it with you guys. So if you want to get in on that, definitely check in on my Instagram page and YouTube Shorts, where I'll be uploading those. For now, I wanted to show you someone that is, and I'm not saying this is AI generated or anything like that, but I'm just showing you a store that is absolutely killing it with prints in general. Now, hopping into this is one of the listings I found. So you can see they're getting multiple sales a day, first of all. And if we have a look at what the actual photo is, you can see this is something that's going to be quite easy to have generated using AI as well. Now, this may very well be an AI generation, but keep in mind as well, they're selling multiple products on this shop. So you can see some of these may be paintings, but the main thing is here is that whether they're paintings or not, they are being sold as prints. And you can see the prices on average here. So if we went smack bang in the middle and saw what these are selling for, and we go fine art paper, semi-glossy, just as a cheaper option, smack bang in the middle, these are being sold for $82 Australian each, which is roughly $50 US, maybe a little bit more, which is pretty crazy. So if we whip up a calculator for that, and we go, we open up the calculator. Now this store has had 17,200 and something sales. So we go 17,200 and we times that by average for what their store is selling at the moment, $82. That's $1.4 million in sales selling prints. Now, if you do something similar to this and you hook it up with Printify, will fulfill all of your orders. So you don't need to worry about fulfilling the orders at all. The only upfront work you need to do is literally creating the print itself, which you can do completely with AI. Have a look at my store. This is a new store that I've set up recently. I've just started posting these listings in the last couple of days. The first one I posted was this one here, and I was just kind of showing how to actually get this set up yourself. Now, I'm selling these quite cheap, but all of these are connected to Printify, which means if someone orders them, and when someone orders them, it's going to get delivered directly through Printify services. You won't need to do anything. The order will come through on Etsy, and that will be it. And the time it takes to actually create one of these listings is less than 5 minutes because you're using AI completely to do everything for you, including the listing description and the generation of the image itself, and the mock-up images that you see here, where we've got it up in different living rooms and offices and things like that. And you can see the quality is fairly good. This is something that somebody would genuinely buy. Now, I've decided to go down the niche of kind of these kind of car prints because it's very easy for AI to generate them. If you feed AI an image of this, for example, and you ask it to generate you something in a similar style, and you'll be able to do that. A good option is this store here. So if we hop in, one is going to be very similar, though you can see it's in this kind of type style. Now, this again is very, very likely AI generated. So what you'd be doing here to generate this specific is that you, this outside part here, you would have this generated on your Canva. You would have that as a template, and then you would just be generating the image that goes in the middle, and you'd just be changing the words if they needed to. But it seems like for these ones, that's not the case. This is obviously a very specific style, not to everyone's taste, but you can see here, they just have this generated. This is very clearly physical photo. This is generated by AI. You tell just by the way the font sits on the image. Classic example. AI, but look, it's pretty good. You can't fault it. And we have a look at how many sales they've had. They've had about 8,100 sales, and they are selling these for average around $50 to $70. Again, some of them even being sold as high as $100. And we can see plenty of reviews. They've got 4.9 stars out of 5, 850 reviews. People are very happy with these. So therefore, they're going to be getting extra promotion. They've also sold a couple in the last 24 hours. And really, that's all you need to be doing. You can get it to that level where you're selling a few of these a day, 1 to 2, you'd be doing quite well. And keep in mind as well, is that this specific item. So if we jump into one of her other items, this one here, Tiger in demand, 2 people bought this in the last 2 hours as well. And we look at this one, 20 views in the last 24 hours. It's probably had a sale or two. It's very, very likely that this person is selling 10, 20, 30 of these a day across all of their listings. We see that they do have quite a number of listings listed on their shop. Scroll down here, they have pages and pages, and very likely these are all being AI generated. So this is something that you guys can test out as well. Quality contemporary art prints. They've been around for a little while. This store's been on here since, and you can see here 8,200 sales. And we whip up the calculator again. We go times that by 50. They've had $410,000 in sales. Pretty crazy, but I guess if you're looking at all of these, and we say on average most of these have at least one sale a day for all of her listings. There's, what have we got, 4, 8, probably about 40 or so listings across all of these. So she could potentially be getting, let's even call it average right now. Let's say she's getting 50 sales a day. Look at that. She's doing roughly $2,500 in sales every single day. And if you guys have checked on my video already on this, you know that the margins are pretty reasonable for listings. They roughly get them to sit around 50 to 60%. So you could potentially be taking in around $1,200 a day in profit, around $40,000 a month. It's pretty crazy, and I guess that's really the power of Etsy, is that once you get your store to this level, it will just continue. Why I've given it such a push lately is that even though a lot of you guys, I'm sure, have tried Shopify dropshipping, and yes, there's definitely still a place for that because you're not going to build out a one product store that's as successful on Etsy, especially when you're relying on Facebook and external marketing sources. It's definitely a place to test, and it definitely has a place in this kind of creative niche. It's just now just reaching the tipping point with the power of AI and what you can create with AI. You can create something very, very similar to this. It looks very unique. People don't think it's AI, and they're very happy to pay the price for it, and it suits their style. So I would be giving something like this a try. I might even have to incorporate something like this very similar myself. I guess I just wanted to give you guys a quick deep dive of what these stores are doing, what's actually possible with this AI print generation, and how you guys can actually start killing it on Etsy yourself. If you want more information, I do go through and show a reasonable breakdown of this in my WAP community. So if you want to get involved, it's $17 a month. We have quite a committed community in there who are out here every day trying these things and starting their own stores. It'd be good for you guys to jump in, connect with other people that are doing it and killing it in the same space. We're already starting to see people get results. So anyway, I'll catch you guys in there. Have any questions, reach out to me on Discord. Will also be linked in the description.